Good afternoon to all the participants, and Seema ma'am, I welcome you on behalf of IGDTW and Vision Foundation. To the participants, I will introduce your brief profile. Ma'am has accomplished a professional and entrepreneurial journey with decades of diverse experience and as HR professional, educator, master trainer after nearly completing 27 years of exposure to various industries with expertise in coaching, training, counseling, mentoring, and consultative roles. Irrespective of role, ma'am has delivered outcomes with integrity, creativity, positive outlook, wit, and a friendly smile. Few of the roles ma'am is associated with are founder and chairperson of ISTD Noida chapter for financial year 2018 to 2020 and now from 2020 to 2022, chairperson of Academia Cluster National Level Committee of ISTD, National Council member of ISTD, member of Indian Journal of Training and Development, senior diploma faculty of ISTD as well as master trainer for HR journalistic training. Over several years, ma'am have been deeply associated with human resource development, career building, and behavior change. For last 8-9 years, providing HR general practice training to various institutions. Also, also from last 4 years, ma'am is been providing sessions to diploma student of Indian Society of Training and Development, Delhi. Training and coaching traversed a host of topics from motivational skills, effective leadership skills, interactive skills, decision making skills, thinking skills, creativity, and innovation. Ma'am, I welcome you to today's session to enlighten us, our incubative students and participants of this session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rahul. Thank you for inviting me. Actually, it's my pleasure to be on the platform of IZTW. So, my very good afternoon and namaskar to all the attendees who have joined till now and to whom we are expecting after it. So, my topic today, should I come on the topic, Rahul? Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am, you can.
So, my topic today is COVID-19. Yeah, please. Thank you. So my topic today is COVID-19 crisis for startups, the path for new normal. Okay. So I would like to start from the first slide of mine. I'll be going. What you're doing? Can you see everyone can see the slide? Is it,
Yes,
is it
ma'am.
visible, Rahul?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible, ma'am. Full screen is visible to us.
Very recent statement of the Elon Musk. I think कि everybody must be aware of the Elon Musk. Who is Elon Musk? Because acha, I wanted to keep it interactive, Rahul. So can you unmute the
Yes,
participants?
ma'am.
Yeah,
Participants
please.
can unmute themselves, ma'am, if required. Participants will be able to unmute themselves, and many of
Yeah.
them posting in the chat box. Like you asked, screen is visible. I can see a yes from a participant there as well.
Okay. So I want to ask from the participant कि who knows, who can tell me about the Elon Musk? Who is Elon Musk?
I request
Any?
participants to kindly unmute themselves to make this session more interactive.
Yeah, because I'm lucky actually कि before me also there were no session and after me also there is no session.
Yes,
There
ma'am.
is only one session today. So
Right.
I don't want to keep it boring. So I really want the participant to be interactive with me actually so that we both will be enjoying. So all will be enjoying and keep it interactive. So anybody can tell me in the participants कि who is Elon Musk? No one? Then I'll be telling it you. Anyone wants to tell?
Ma'am, we have in chat.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
CEO of Tesla and also founder of SpaceX.
Exactly, very nicely said. So Elon Musk is the one of the most successful entrepreneur. He by profession he is the engineer and industrial design. In fact, he is the founder of the SpaceX, as the somebody has told me. Okay, he is the founder of the X.com. He is the founder of the Boring company actually. Okay, he is co-founder of three companies: Neuralink, OpenAI, and the Zip 2. He is a centri-billionaire. Musk is actually currently the richest person in the world according to Bloomberg Billionaire Index. It's a very recent statement of him actually. He was sitting in the clubhouse and somebody asked him the question. You can see the question. What is the question? What words of encouragement would you give an entrepreneur? And the Elon's answer was, if you need words of encouragement, don't become an entrepreneur. Getting it out? So it's a very interesting. So what, who can show you the path being startups? Because startups are known for their resilience. Because they are having the never say die spirit. The entrepreneurs are known for their technological and the managerial innovations actually. So being L&D professional today, I would because in the other platform I'm using the word agility, that resilience, innovations, these heavy words. But on this platform, I don't think anybody can motivate you or show you the path. In fact, rightly, honestly speaking, because startups, as I said, entrepreneurs are known for their resilience, never say die spirit actually. So what I'll be doing, being L&D professionals, little motivation I can give you honestly, so that's what I'll try to do it today. So I'll start with the little motivation. I would like to show you one, the very small but the motivating video to you people. So which has been given, this person to whom you are seeing on the screen is a Abraham J. Tversky, a very eminent psychiatrist, author of 80 books, and author of 80 books, and he has written on the subject of the spirituality and the science, which is the one of the my favorite subject actually. He got died at the age of 90 in Jerusalem into the 31st December this sorry 31st January this year only, because of the COVID-19. So just go through this video. It's a very small video actually, little motivation you'll be getting the path from this video actually. So I'm going to start this video. If it's not audible, kindly let me know. Okay, so please.
It's not audible.
Not audible? Not audible.
No, no,
Just a
ma'am.
moment.
No, ma'am.
Just a moment. Hello, is it audible right now?
No, ma'am. It's
No,
not.
no,
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
no.
Ma'am, you can do one thing. You can just stop sharing for a minute, and then next time you start sharing, there is an option share audio. Just click on that.
The lobster feels itself
Now
under
is it?
pressure and
It's
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's audible. You
How
can,
do
I'm starting it out. Start.
how do lobsters grow? The lobster is a soft, mushy animal that lives inside of a rigid shell. That rigid shell does not expand. Well, how can the lobster grow? Well, as the lobster grows, that shell becomes very confining. Right? And the lobster feels itself under pressure and uncomfortable. It goes under a rock formation to protect itself from predatory fish, casts off the shell, and produces a new one. Well, eventually, that shell becomes very uncomfortable as it grows, right? Back under the rocks, good. And the lobster repeats this numerous times. The stimulus for the lobster to be able to grow is that it feels uncomfortable. If lobsters had doctors, they would never grow. Because as soon as the lobster feels uncomfortable, goes to the doctor, gets a Valium, gets a Percocet, feels fine, never gets off its shell. So we have to realize that times of stress are also times that are signals for growth. And if we use adversity properly, we can grow through adversity.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I need to ask to the participants right now that what is the highlight of this video actually? Who can tell me what is the highlight of this video? Anyone can tell me what is the highlight of this video? No one? The highlights of the video is that the times of stress are also times that are signals for growth. Okay, and if we use adversity properly, we can grow through the adversity. So this is the message this video is giving. It's a it's a very motivational video actually. That's why I wanted to show. Very recent time, 31st January this year only, I'm saying he got died in fact, and such a eminent books. He has written 80 books on the spirituality and the science actually he has written it out. Okay, so this was the lesson from here only. I say if you utilize the adversity properly, then you can grow through the adversity. So coming to the topic now, COVID-19 crisis and the path for new normal. So COVID-19 crisis, as we know, is a disruption. It is is it a disruption? Of course, it is a disruption. First, on the basic things, we'll be discussing it out, and then I'll be coming to the topic actually. So, what is disruption actually? So what is the disruption? So if I'll be explaining what disruption is like a lion, suppose you are going for safari on your vehicle and all of a sudden a lion come in front of you. What you will be doing? Either you'll be waiting and allowing. With either you'll be waiting, the three-way can be there. If the all of a sudden the lion is coming, you're going for the safari, and the so what you can do it out actually. It's very much relevant with the disruption actually. Disruptions is like a lion coming on the way of the safari. So if you'll be attacking, if you'll be coming in action, and immediately on the action you'll be acting, then lion is going to kill you and you'll be dying. Your business will be going die. Okay, so secondly, what you can do, you can silently come back and then take another path, or you can wait over there silently and allow the lion to go. So three ways are there. Either you can come in action, the lion will attack and and you'll be going to die. Secondly, you can silently wait over there and allow the lion to go. And the thirdly, you can come silently back and take the another path to move on. And that these are the three way at the time of disruption for you people also. So disruptions is like I can explain the disruptions like this, because there are lot of disruption, different kind of disruptions in the market actually. If you'll be asking me, Kiki, how to respond to the disruptions, then I cannot tell you unless until you'll be telling me what disruption is affecting your business. Getting me? So no one can tell you that which disruptions is affecting unless until you'll be telling actually. So for example, I'll be giving you, suppose you are going to a doctor and telling, doctor sab, I am not feeling too well, and the doctors are immediately starting prescribing the medicine, then be aware of such doctors. You need to be scared. The without knowing the disease, how a doctor can prescribe the medicine, same thing is applicable on the disruptions actually. So without how we can prescribe the preparation, or how we can tell you how to handle or how can deal, how to respond your disruption. Because what disruption in your mind being startups, and what disruption is affecting your business, unless until you'll be telling, we cannot tell you the how to respond to the disruptions actually. Then coming to the uh, third phrase, that is the new normal, path for new normal. This is my topic today actually. What is this new normal is all about? So do you really think in new normal is about the COVID-19 or about the disruption for the COVID-19? Of course, it is important actually. But if you'll be asking me actually, the new normal is not about the COVID-19 or disruptions of the COVID-19. As I said, of course, it's important. But 10 years before, 15 years before, 20 years before, also there were disruptions. Disruptions are not something new. Then what is new? What is new? In the past, when there were disruptions, then company were responding to it. They were transforming as a result of the disruptions. And down the line for the 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, they were enjoying the benefit of their efforts. They were enjoying the benefit of their strategy, and they were having the time to relax. But in present scenario, what is happening actually, that once you are responding to the one disruption, then another disruption is will be hitting you. When you're trying to respond to that disruption, then another disruptions will be hit you. So disruption after disruption, back to back actually. So there's no time for the company to relax, to rest, to prepare. And this, as per me, is the new normal. So this new normal, this is the phrase we just started coining during the in 2020, during amidst during the pandemic time. And after that, increasingly people started saying in the market, it's never normal. And if you ask me, it's actually it's a never normal for you people. In the era you are doing the business in the market, there's never been a normal. It's not about the COVID-19 only. Today is it's COVID-19. Tomorrow there will be biological war. Then after that, technological war. After that, Cold War between the India and China is always already going on. And you all know that tension between the India China is increasing, and it is definitely going to affect the Indian startup ecosystem. Why? Because the China is the one of the biggest investor into the Indian startups, as you all know. If I'm not wrong, approximately $5 billion they are investing into the Indian startups, and they're having the stake in such a high, it's such a growing tech firms like a Paytm, like Paytm, Big Basket, Zomato, then Udan, then Flipkart. They're having the stake in such a, because this is the policy of the China actually. They're investing the money into the high rising startups. So it is for this, in such a scenario, you being startups, you need to look for the investment to another. You need to actually look for the increasingly to other geographies actually to raise the funding. In fact, such a good investor, the company like Alibaba, Tencent, the DST Global, they are all investing into the Indian startups actually. They're helping in growing into the Indian startups actually. So disruptions, what I'm telling actually, there are a lot of disruptions in the market. It is not only about the COVID-19 actually. So it's a never normal scenario actually. So what you can do, as I was telling you the story of the safari, ki either you can take the another path or you can wait. If your business is sustainable, then wait and let this disruption goes on. And if your business is not sustainable, then for the continuity of the business, you need to take the another path. So what are those paths actually? Today we are going to discuss on that. So today I'm going to discuss about the 6 key trends for the startups in the new normal 2021. And the first in that is building new focus area. So first path I'll be showing you through that, building new focus area in the time of, as I told you, in the time of disruptions, or COVID-19, or during any pandemic, I'm telling you, the digital disruptions were also there in the 2000 actually. So you cannot stick to the one. You need to understand the bottom lines also, okay, in case of any, because the people are doing the business in the era where there's will be never normal will be there actually. Okay, so first you need to building new focus areas. What the new focus areas, when we need to say, you need to shift. If your business is sustainable, then you need to wait. But if your business is not sustainable, you need to shift your focus into the new areas for exploring the businesses actually. Because right now in 2021 will be all about flight to organize brand safety and reliability. So instead of focusing on operations, profits, or pricing, you need to you should be having the increased focus on preventive healthcare, building immunities, resilience, as we have already talked about, general wellness, hygiene, and nutrition. So, sectors such as e-health, fintech, edtech, e-commerce, customer tech will continue to attract the investors. Okay. Secondly, artificial intelligence, AI and ML, learning technology will also continue to witness a major surge with respect to investment. Okay, so five sector majorly which are on the booming actually right now is the number one is edtech, as I told you, edtech, e-commerce. E-commerce in the startup, the maximum unicorns are into the field of e-commerce field actually. So e-commerce, or in that, online grocery delivery, like a big basket grocers, they are doing so well actually. So these are the company. Then edtech, second major sector which will be on the booming on the in the coming time is the edtech. From education to e-education, from health to e-health. So this is the time of the actually of the digital era in fact. Third will be the video conferencing app, the Zoom, Google, Microsoft, all are doing so well. The GeoMeet, AirMeet, Indian companies. If they are talking about the Indian app company, then this is the GeoMeet, AirMeet, they're doing wonders. Then third, I had told you, fourth, video streaming market. So many, the Netflix, Prime, you know, Prime, Amazon, then the G5, Balaji. These companies are doing so wonder into the during this pandemic as well. And the fifth one will be gaming. Gaming is so ongoing right now, and especially the esports. Okay, sports is doing wonder into the IPL. The company are doing the Ludo, and during the pandemic, we played so much Ludo and the chess into that. So Paytm first game and the Ludo King, they are doing so wonders. So these are the five major sectors which are booming right now. But if I'll be talking about where do you need to shift the your focus to explore your business, then e-health, fintech, edtech, e-commerce, artificial intelligence, the machine learning, and other sectors like HR tech, clean tech, retail tech, agri tech, deep tech, online. We have talking, we have already talking. On the other hand, surprisingly showing signs of positive growth and increasing investors' interest. So these are also the field you can look for shifting your focus actually. So this is the first trend we were talking about. I will be showing you the path. So then you need to shift your focus into the new areas to explore your business. Okay. Second point is innovative team management models. Okay, innovation, innovation is the demand of the day. Innovation will be at the knife point, we used to say, at the time of any disruptions actually. Innovation, when we talk about the innovation, then innovative team management model, I have given you the so, because the culture, you need to introduce the culture of innovations. You need to have the innovative team management models in your company in fact. Because only saying and telling will not do. If you'll be keep on asking your team members, ki, okay, 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 go to think out of the box, give to come out with the new ideas, or to do the experiment, it will not do actually. You need to for building, for introducing the culture of innovations, for increase, for involving and improving the innovative team management model. You need to allow your team to do experiments without fear. If they are failing, it should not be affecting their in, incentives or any monetary benefits which you are giving, any growth opportunity you people are providing. It should not be, because where there is a fear, there is no innovations. Okay, so without fear, you need to allow your team members to go for the experiment. You need to give them autonomy and freedom to take decisions, to do experiment, because at the end of the day, disruption is all about trials and errors. That's how disruptive innovation emerge, and it's also how business must learn to adapt and survive actually. So innovation with empathy, and another very important thing I would like to mention right now is the innovation of with empathy is need of the hour. As people are so much in stress right now, they are undergoing psychological pressure, they are undergoing the emotional pressure so much right now, they are into the stress actually. So innovation with empathy is the demand of the day. So teams and managers would need to ensure that the energy and morale stay high as remote work will continue well into 2021 as well. As 2020 you have seen, in 2021 also the remote work will be continuing. So your team, and managers on the business owner would need to ensure that the energy and morale of your team members should stay high. Okay, also a lot of great business will emerge from the cohort of the startups in the next few years, with clear shift in consumer preference towards digital. Okay, so next path which we'll be discussing, next new trend for the 2021 is the increased digital adoption. Okay, so digital adoption will gain actually more traction as consumer and business habits across sectors, particularly in education and payments, I'll be saying, have started changing fast. Okay, because the technology is the new infrastructure right now. You should have taken the you should leverage this opportunity actually for cost efficiency, for scaling your business, for transparency into the business. So digital transformation is the need of the day actually. Whichever business you are, you need to bring 3 P's online. That is the people, process and performance. You need to bring them online if you want to go with the edge actually, go with the tide. If you want to go with the tide, you need to digital transformation is very much important. Digital trans ecosystem is emerging fast, as you all know, because it's affecting all the aspects of our life. Now everything has confined to internet, phone, laptop, from meeting to work from home, education, entertainment, payment. So all services so are confining to the internet. So digital ecosystem, digital transformation is must. Digital payment platforms to accelerate their growth is the requirement of the day actually. In particular, offline merchants are embracing additional business models, including home delivery, while setting up a digital presence actually. So when we talk about the digital adoption, then digital, it starts from the digital disruptions into the from 2000, early 2000, and then every disruptions, as I had told you before also, every disruptions leads to the transformation. As a result of the disruption, transformation occurs. If you, for the business continuity, for the business sustainability, it's so very much required to adopt the changes whatever coming on your way. Okay, so adoption, increased digital adoption is the demand of the time. Okay. So fourth trend which we'll be talking about is a more cautious approach to growth. Okay, what do you mean? More cautious approach to growth means we are talking about the approach towards sustainable growth, because scaling and expansions are natural growth strategies of the startups. As you all know, that scaling and expansions are natural growth strategy for the startups. But in the new normal, these activity needs to be slowed down and cautious. Okay, the focus should be more on building unit okay, economics, then streamlining revenue streams, and then strengthening your team, which is so very important actually. Strengthening your team is such a more requirement of the day actually, because your team at the time of adversity, so you will be needing a very united team. So take care of your team members. Okay, so there, that will be the winning point for you people. So that's why I used to I mentioned that innovation in the second point, the innovation with empathy is the need of the hour right now. So your team members, they are so much under stress actually, so much uncertainty in the market, so they need to take care. Okay, so fifth point which we'll be talking to, fourth was a more cautious approach to growth. So sustainable, you need to approach for the sustainable growth right now in 2021 as well. Then the fifth trend which we will be talking about is the circumspection on huge capital investment, which you all will be agreeing. Because although the investor movement has been positive in 2021, but it will continue to be guided by cautious. It will be continue to be, because I'll be discussing about the investors in detail after into the next slide. So slightly will be touching over here. It will be continue to be guided by the cautious, because certainly this will impact the deal ticket size, valuation, and time to close funding rounds. But if startups continue to solve genuine problems, the real problems with tech solution, then financial support from investors will always be forthcoming. So digitalization, you need to keep in front. Digital transformation for the succeeding in business, you need to go for the digital transformation actually. Okay, so if you'll be genuinely the genuine problems with tech solution you will be having, then financial support from investors will always be forthcoming. So that you need to keep in mind. Okay, how to transform all three P's online. Okay. Sixth will be higher reliance on the gig economy. So what do you mean? As a return to physical workplace has become difficult due to restrictions and the need to adhere to safety and hygiene rules. And what is the reality actually? The startups have accepted work from home as the part of the new organization structure. So this has opened up opportunity for the gig worker in India. Okay, so this has opened the opportunity for the gig worker in India. According to January 2020 ASSOCHAM reports, India's gig sector is expected to touch $455 billion by 2023 at a compound annual growth rate of 17%. So with limited resource and higher attrition rates, startups should leverage this opportunity for their business sustainability, for the business continuity in this new normal. They should leverage the opportunity of the gig workers. Okay, gig workers will be the added advantage instead of hiring the permanent employees, because you have seen how the blue collars workers got affected so badly, got affected in during this pandemic. Actually, they were all on road, in fact. So this can become the a great opportunity for you people. You can leverage this opportunity of the gig workers in. So this is advisable for being startups to you. So these are the major new trends, six new trends which are going to you need to adapt it out. So building, you need to to shift your focus area into the e-health, fintech, e-education, ed educations. So these are the field which you need to shift your health actually. Which areas then you need to discuss? Okay, e-commerce, e-health, fintech, ed tech, clean tech, HR tech, deep tech, retail tech, consumer tech. So these all check. So what are be artificial intelligence, the machine learning, and the virtual reality is going to lead your path. Okay, then innovative team management model you need to have. Your team must be the innovative. You need to have the or you need to give your team members the autonomy and freedom to do experiment without fear actually. Okay, then only the some innovation will be coming out, because as I told you, where there is a fear there is no innovation, and then innovation with empathy is required. So you need to be patient with your team members. Okay, you need to give them encouragement with the clear parameters actually. Clear parameters are required actually, till when, till what actually they can take the decisions. If it will be, for example, I'm telling you if it will be coming on your product, which disruption is affected, I was telling you whether it's your product or services, or the digitalization, or the customer, or the supply chain, which is affecting your business, that you need to identify, as I told you in the first, and then you need to decide which area, then how to build up, how to develop the culture of innovation, then how to increase the digital adoption, and then causes approach towards the scaling and the growth. Sustainable growth you should look for in 2021 as well. And the investors, because investors are very positive in 2000. This is the good news actually, because in not like a 2020 being investors and the founders both were backing out, because the so much uncertainty was there actually. No, they were not aware that time what is going to happen. But the new normal is because of the vaccine is in the market. In fact, vaccine is also in the market. So new normal is actually is fast into this. So higher reliance on the gig economy, as I had told you in fact. So next slide I'll be showing you out one the challenges faced by the startups during COVID-19. You can see it out. The Bangalore is how the top funding deals by instead of why I'm showing you this actually, because into the next slide I'll be discussing you out about the brighter side of the pandemic in fact. So these are the challenges. What the challenges? Therefore 15% is startups halted operations, 41% negatively impacted, 44% had cash runway less than 6 months, 52% struggle to raise another round of funding, 92% tech startups faced revenue decline in May. 40% tech startups temporarily halted or closed business in May. So these are the figures actually during the lockdown in fact. But now the scenario has so much changed actually. You can see it out. So I'll be discussing about 33 unicorns in India. A unicorn is a privately held up. uh, you all know, okay, what do we mean by the unicorns actually? So entering into the $1 billion club, 1 billion plus club is the unicorns. To seven startups that entered the unicorn, and this has been raised actually right now. I'll be discussing the next slide. Right now, the 11 startups which has become the unicorn right now in during this pandemic, in fact. So top funding by Bangalore startups during the pandemic, you can see it out is Byju's $1.1 billion, Unacademy $150 million, the $100 million is the Razor Pay, Vedantu $119.3 million, Mbibe $65.97 million, then Katak book is 60 is the dollar. So these are the company big basket $50 million. Okay, so but what you need to learn from this actually? How did entrepreneurs address challenges due to COVID-19? So what how they defeated this pandemic? So first point is by reducing cash burns and focusing on better unit economic. Second point, leveraging existing capabilities for new economics. Third, pivoting to seize new business opportunity. Pivoting is so very much important. So reinvent, you need to reinvent, you need to redesign your business model, and you need to rewrite your business strategy. study. That is the demand of the day. In fact, reinvention, as I told you, innovation will be at the knife point. Actually, you need to reinvent, to redesign, and rewrite ac- into your business model. Okay. Another point is shifting from offline to online first model. As I told you, the digital transformation is so very essential right now. Okay. And the last but not least, diversifying product offerings. Okay. I would like to give you the example of it. Okay, how the people, when there was at a time during the pandemic, when the companies were actually in the hard times, in these hard times, while some startups were temporarily wound up and either retains staff or kept them on hold with reduced salaries, there are so many other startups who worked hard and tried to reinvent themselves. So I would like to give you some example of of those company. The Zomato, which is the Gurugram based food delivery unicorn actually. In this harder time, actually, this is the unicorn which who worked hard and tried to reinvent themselves with existing staff and client. Actually, they did not fire their employees. Actually, they with the existing staff, that was a so appreciable thing. In fact, actually, for these unicorns who have actually scale up themselves into during this pandemic times, when the people were company were firing, they were hiring. When the company was shutting down, they were doing the acquisitions, they were doing the merging, they were doing the partnership, they were doing the collaborations. This is quite appreciable for the startups. Actually, this is the actually motivation, the self motivation is required for them, in fact, and for which they are known for. Okay. So Zomato, what he did actually, how he reinvent, for instance, Zomato saved because I saw a decline in business since people were concerned about the food safety and hygiene at the peak timing. So what they did actually that time, they expanded their business offering by focusing heavily on a small number of large market opportunities in the food value chain and launched grocery and essential delivery service. Zomato is the unicorn which market across 185 cities in India actually. They are also so now about to be launched in the UAE and Lebanon. Also entering into the home delivery of alcohol. Similar way, I'll be giving you the example of the Make My Trip company. Make My Trip is another travel unicorn, as you all know. So travel, what MMT is doing right now, they are introducing short stays, an innovative concept that enables travelers to stay in hotels for duration as short as few hours. So MMT is collaborating with the Go Ibibo and the Red Bus their piloted project is coming in Tirupati right now, where they are going to offer the short stay for the pilgrimage. Quite innovative. Okay, MMT is also so coming up with co-branded cards with ICICI Bank to make global travel a more rewarding experience. So how they are innovating, because as I told you, innovation will be at the knife point in. You need to innovate your business to survive and to thrive in the market actually. So what these unicorns have done, they themselves are showing you the path actually. Airbnb, another unicorn. What they did when the travel and tourism industry is the one of the that industry with most affected. So coronavirus has badly affected most sectors of the economy, travel and tourism actually industry. But at that time, what Airbnb has been busy in, they were busy in redesigning its product, like lodging for medical professionals needing quarantine themselves from their families. Because as you know, they are biggest home rental company. Airbnb is the biggest home rental company. Their infrastructure were going waste actually. So they redesigned its product and they started providing the lodging for the medical professional at the time of a pandemic, needing to quarantine themselves from their families. Similarly, others needing quarantine or longest stay for the medical, actually medical reoperations as well as other localizations experiences. So they redesign the path. So how the MMT Zomato they reinvent themselves with the existing staff and the clientele is quite is, appreciable. How they are redesigning. Like one another company I'll be telling is Style Nook, which is an online personal styling services for urban working women, was earlier focused on their work wear. In the new normal of work from home, they're expanding into newer areas as loungewear, fitness wear, and another categories. This is the first, last challenge I was doing, a diversifying product offerings. This is the one option which you people can need to do it out. Which these are the startups which are showing you the path actually by doing it out. Okay, simply saying will not g- not be of any use. We used to say, knowing the no's are of no use. Only saying and telling will also not do. You need to just do it. And these are the company, they really did it out at the time of they at the pandemic actually. So they diversify new normals. The women got confined to the at home. So they expanded into the newer areas. They diversified the product offerings to the from the working wear to the fitness wear to the lounge wear. So they then Secure Fit as a health and fitness startup, which launched online classes as its physical fitness center and gym were closed that time. So launched paid subscription package for its live virtual classes. In fact, Josel, Gurugram. So many examples are there. So itself, if in your fraternity, if you'll be seeing it out, they will be showing you the path and the brighter side. If I will be coming it out, then next slide. I'll be talking it out. What is the brighter side actually? Unicorns of 2020. 11 Indian startups entered the $1 billion plus club in pandemic hit year. Can you see it out? How brighter side it is? So 11 company during this startup in 2020 actually, when there was a peak corona time, they enter to the they became the unicorns of the Indian startup ecosystems. So such a brighter side. What they did actually, the Pine Labs first, you can see it out. What which are those company startups which became the unicorns? Why at the time 220 at the time of a peak corona is the Pine Labs, First Cry, Nika, Postman, Jirodha, Unacademy, Razorpay, Cars 24, Genoti, Daily Hunt, Glance. These are the 11 company. You need to see what they did actually to become unicorns at the time. Pine Labs is a Noida-based company actually. It was founded in 1998 by Lokveer Kapoor, Raj, and the Rajul Garg actually, and the Tarun. Three partners are there into the Pine Labs actually. It's a Noida-based startup, provides a merchant platform and makes software for the point of sale POS machines. In fact, they raised 1.5 billion dollar approximately from New York-based financial service major Mastercard. And in January 2020, Pine Labs became the first unicorn of 2020, almost 20 years after the inception. Pine Labs claims to be processing payments of $30 billion per year, and it is serving close to 1,40,000 merchants across 4.5 lakh networking points. So they got pivoted its business model in 2012 to the POS machine. In fact, so this is the unicorn. Pine Lab is a Noida-based company, and Delhi NCR right now. So far the unicorns are concerned. Previously, Bangalore was the Indian startup capital, but right now the Delhi NCR is the leading, and they have left behind the Bangalore and the Mumbai into the unicorn. So far the unicorn club is concerned. In fact, the Pine Lab is also the Noida based company. In fact, after the 20 years they turned to be unicorn during this pandemic time. Second company, First Cry, you can see it. First Cry is the founded in 2010, and this company has been undisputed leader in the omni-channel baby and mother care products segments. It has raised total funding of $428.4 million so far. And after almost a decade since its inception, First Cry achieved unicorn status at a $1.2 billion valuation. And they in a $400 million funding deal from SoftBank in February 2020. So SoftBank, as I told, SoftBank is the one of the investor, and it is a Japan based. Actually, you must all be knowing SoftBank is the Japan, headquartered into the Japan actually. And this is the one investment company who are really interested and who are really accountable, and in quite good amount of the funding they are investing into the Indian startups. Okay, so you can keep it in mind. All these investors will be talking about who are the investors in the last slide also, which is very important, being startups, to know which are the investors which are investing. Global investors we are talking about. There are so many Indian startups actually, because they have also shown you the so much great effort they have done to not to die, to save you people, in fact. Okay, Nika is another company. Nika is again, it was supposed perceived to be an underdog in the Indian e-commerce industry, but the company not left any opportunity to embark upon the success path actually. And before pandemic hit India, Nika claimed profitability for the fiscal year the financial year 19 actually, and in May 2020 it attained unicorn status after raising funding of 66.64 crore from Steed View Capital. They raised they raise the funding actually from the secondary market also. You can think for the secondary market also for raising the funding actually. So they raised it, the Nika raised the fund from the Alia Bhatt and the Katrina Kaif. The secondary market, they raised the undisclosed funding actually from them. In November, they raised the funding of from the Fidelity Management as well. And they become the unicorn with the valuation of $1.2 billion. Okay, so their valuation is right worth is $1.2 billion. The Nika became the one of the Mumbai based. This Nika is the Mumbai based the startup. So they also entered into the unicorns. They are showing you the path. Postman, you all know this is the if I'll be asking, because I'll be interacting with you, I really wanted to interact with you for these things. In fact, Postman is the such a important company which can show you the model of the growth model, the path for the new normal. Bangalore based, this is the SaaS startup, became the first fastest SaaS startup to reach unicorn status in June 2020. After the 6 years from the inception, they became they actually secured the Series C funding of $150 million at a valuation of the $2 billion, and they entered into the June 2020 into the unicorn club. Okay, so Jirodha, you must be aware of. Jirodha is from the fintech like Unacademy. This is the only edtech, the second edtech actually to the Indian startup people. After the Byju's, India got the second edtech unicorn, which is the Unacademy is there. They are doing wonders actually. The Unacademy is starting in 2010, and in September 2020 gained unicorn status with SoftBank leading a 150 million funding actually to them. Okay, so in this is the one platform actually, the Unacademy. At present, they are having the network of over 18,000 teachers, more than 3.5 lakh subscribers. They provide 1 lakh 50,000 live classes per month, and the platform have more than 47,000 educators who impart lessons in 14 Indian languages to 40 million learners across 5,000 cities and towns. Isn't it great? So in the past few months, An Academy, this startup made several acquisitions, including Prep Ladder, Mastery, and code shape. And previously they were having already the so many investors. And academy existing investors are General Atlantic, Sequoia, Nexus Venture, the India Facebook, and the Bloom Ventures. They are already having the so many investors into that, but they did the acquisition during the pandemic time when the company were shutting down. The Unacademy did the acquisition. That's what I'm saying. How they are showing you the path actually. When the company were firing, they were hiring. When the other company were shutting and closing their business, they were doing the acquisitions. They were doing the merging. They were partnering with the another company. They were collaborating with the another company. So these are the company which actually have such a brighter side into the Indian startup ecosystem. In fact, they have shown you the path. The last I'll be telling you the glance because I'll be taking you. Glance is the company and the Jirodha. I would like to mention you for the Jirodha. Jirodha is the one startup which launched an incubator fund in 2019 by the name of Rain Matter. You people need to know in this platform actually. The Jirodha is the unicorn which has launched an incubator fund to invest in early stage startups. And so far, fund has invested, they have invested the fund in more than 14 startups. So this company have actually it's a product. If you'll be coming to the such a long range of product, they have introduced the Jirodha company. Its tech ecosystem includes products such as Kite for the trading platform, Console for the central dashboard for accounts, Coin, free direct mutual funds app, Varsity, education module on stock market learning, Kite Connect API to build investment apps, Sentinel, offering market alerts on clouds, and the and if you're saying this is the one of the favorite startup of the India actually, and the founder is also one of the most looked founder in fact. So this is the company which has done the fintech company which has done so wonder into the during that. An Academy have already talked about, and the last but not least, it will be not be possible to discuss about all the unicorns 2020 on this platform because of the time scarcity. So last I'll be mentioning is a glance, 11th one. Why I'm mentioning, in less than 2 years they became the unicorn. This is the Glance is a subsidiary of InMobi, the mobile advertisement and platform has become the fastest unicorn by achieving $1 billion valuation in less than 2 years of its launch. Earlier in 2019, B2B e-commerce platform that is Udan reached the unicorn status within 3 years of inception. According to the founders, the Glance is reimagining the future of digital consumption on smartphones. The platform leverages AI, artificial intelligence, to personalize content in several in Indian language on Android smartphones. Company has planned to use new funding to deepens into the AI capabilities, expand its technology team by how they are doing what they are doing actually for expanding for scaling themselves. So they what they are doing, the first I told, to deepen its AI capabilities. Second, expand its technology teams. Third, launch services on the platform, further strengthening the brand and drive expansion in global markets. This is their company has planned to use new funding actually into the new normal. So less than 2 years they entered into the unicorn. Isn't it this so motivating for you people actually? These are the company which are showing themselves. These are the startups which are showing themselves path to you all. So it's more than enough in fact actually to go through it out. So what they did, if why the company, because in the end I'll be telling you, okay, this company how they have faced these challenges actually, because as I have told you, okay, how they became the unicorns, by reducing cash burns and focusing on better unit economies. by leveraging existing capabilities for new economies, by pivoting to seize new business opportunity, then shifting from offline to online, then diversifying product offerings. By these options, actually, they became unicorns in the during the peak pandemic. Okay, so what is the positive signs right now is the pace of investment in startups have recovered to pre-COVID levels. Okay, and the mergers and acquisitions have also shown a strong recovery. What message these unicorns are giving to you, what path they are showing it out? Okay, if the caution is required, actually with cautious, go for the acquisition, go for the mergers, raise the funding. If you are having the stake, if you are having the risk taking appetite, go for it. So most of the unicorns have gone through acquisitions and collaboration to move forward, to succeed. Okay, so these the option. अब देखिए what lesson are you can take from them actually? If the COVID-19, the company who looked, Acha, in the end, I'll be discussing it about actually. So before coming to it, the last is the investors outlook 2021 for Indian startup ecosystem, which is the very important, because as I had told you, in comparison to 2020, in 2021 actually, so investors will be showing the positive sign in 2021. So they are picking it up because in 2021 so much uncertainty was there, so that they had backed up, because both found, not only investors, actually the founders have also backed up, because at that time actually. But right now, though, in 2021 they are coming on they will be coming on aggressive manner. So you need to know all these things, how the startup systems, what is the benefit, how you can take the benefit. Investor Indian startup ecosystem, according to you, your story actually, Research India startups raised a total disclosed funding of $8.4 billion between January 2020 to mid-November 2020 across 365 deals. Investor, your story spoke that COVID-19 is just another opportunity to stand apart for the best founders. So companies like Let's Venture founder Shanti Mohan actually completed 87 investments in 2020, 55 last year versus the 55 last year. Waterbridge MD Manish Khetarpal claimed to busiest year ever with 8 new investment, and several of its tailwind companies across consumer tech, ed tech, and the gaming, etc., and the B2B SaaS, having moved significantly the curve of maturity and scale in their business model, revenue, and profitability. Reliance Jio raised investment from the global conglomerate like Google and Facebook. An Indian startup, as I told you, ecosystem saw 11 new entries to the unicorn clubs in 2020. So it's a environment is very positive so far the investors are concerned. So now you need to know what investors are looking, expecting from you. What are the expectations of investors from the startups? So first expectations of the investor from the startups is bring local solution to real problems of people. So as you all know, they are looking for the local solution to real problems of people. Don't look here and there. Okay, look what you can, because I'll be the when the lessons I'll be talking about actually. So I'll be telling you, don't brainstorm for ideas solve problem, but to solve the problem. You just need to have a solution for a problem in your own life. So bring the local solution to the real problem, which is life. Actually, that is the expectation of the investors from the startups. Second, focus on digital adoption. We have talked enough about this topic actually. Discipline, resilient founders, agility, scaling, more empathy. We already have talked much about these topics actually. So these are the expectation from the of the investors in 2021 from the startups. So you need to keep it in mind. You need to be agile, you need to be resilient, you need to have the capability to scale yourself. You need to be empathic. Innovation with empathy is the requirement actually. You need to digital transformation, go for the digital transformations. And most importantly, you need to bring local solution to real problem of the people. Okay, expected new trends in 2021. So what new trends are expected into the as per the investors? Again, still work from home. Okay, work from home will still be going in 2021. Then more second time entrepreneurs will be in the market, still into the timing actually. Then focus on tier 2 and 3 towns, because as you know, Kiki, shifting for work from home is the workforce has also shifted to their cities. Okay, so their native places in fact. So focus on tier 2 and the tier 3 towns. You need to focus on that actually. Okay, because as you know, okay, shift to work from home has resulted in a shift in the workforce from large cities to small towns. As geographical becomes history, the workforce demographic and consumer profiles will also change drastically, leading to new opportunities in many sectors. So your focus should also be shifting from the bigger city to small towns. Okay. Next is the disciplined fundraise with rational valuation. We have already talked about that ki founders and investors alike are preparing for an uncertain future, leading to better cash management. With revised projections, valuation will be more rational. Okay, then we'll be coming to growing India market with Bharat customer. This will enable an increasing. So what we are talking about the Atmanirbhar Bharat, which Modi is promoting so much right now actually. Okay, so we are talking about, in fact, into the self-reliant India we are talking about. So growing India market with Bharat customers, this will enable an increasing number of innovative ventures. It will also call for a strengthened procurement and supply chain in the country, in line with the Prime Minister's Modi's clarion call for Atmanirbhar. So self-reliant India we are looking for actually. So growing India market with the Bharat customers, this will be expected from the startups into the 2021 actually. And then the self-sustainable companies. So India will see self-sustaining companies with strong foundations, catering to the tweaked customer behavior. These will raise money for growth. So self-sustainable companies will be given focus by the investors into 2021. And the last is digital and tech first ventures. So digital and tech for first, as I told you, digital transformation is the need of the hour actually, is a demand of the day in fact. So digital and tech first interaction with entrepreneurs have moved at online. Investors are also largely meeting online with their teams. So startups have quickly moved internal systems. They need to, as I had discussed before also into that time, to three P's: the people, process and the performance, all needs to be transferred online actually. Because this is a technological infrastructure is the actually the requirement right now. This is the requirement of the day, the technological requirement. They need to transform digitally. Okay, so they from offline to online, the first model they need to transform themselves. So lastly will be coming advice for what are the advice of the investors for entrepreneurs. So what are the advice they are giving for? First, take advantage of acceleration in technology and digital adoption. We have talked enough about this, so you need to take the advantage of it. So second, be innovative. As I had told you, innovation will be at a knife point during this pandemic. During any disruption, actually, innovation, you need to reinvent, you need to redesign your business model, you need to rewrite your business strategy. This will be the demand of the day, actually. Third is a keep a tight leash on cash and avoid wasteful expenditure. For the sustainable growth, you need to do that. Okay. Then focus on monetization. Then understand that product and value proposition comes first. You need to understand it out. So they are advising, these are the advice from the investors for you, for the startups. Build a portfolio of products, services for risk mitigation and sustainable growth. As I told you, you need to have the cautious approach towards the sustainable growth. So these are the things which you'll be investors will be looking in 2021. In fact, investors, if I'll be giving an idea, then the SoftBank is the first, the global investor will be talking about. Then the SoftBank, Alibaba, Tiger Global Management, Sequoia, DST Global, Tencent. Then these are the leading in global investors which who are investing the money into the Indian startups. And their policy, what type of startups they're investing, that you need to understand. They're investing in high growth investors. They're investing into the tech firms. So these things you need to keep in mind, actually, how from, if you are in health industry, how to switch to the e-health. If you are in education, how to switch to the ed tech, ed education. Then from if fintech, you need to so E is the word artificial intelligence and the machine learning and the virtual reality is the demand of the day, in fact. So you need to keep in digital, from digital disruption to digital transformation, you need to. So last, in the last, because I am seeing that right now the Dr. VK Arora has also joined us. So my special thank to Dr. VK Arora for giving me this opportunity to be on the platform of IGTW. So I'll be say right now, if I'll be submitting you out, summarizing it out. So what I need to tell you in the end, actually, ki the company who looked COVID-19 as a threat, they failed. The companies who looked COVID-19 as an opportunity, they also failed. The company who succeeded, they looked it as an threat and opportunity. So it's not either or, it's threat and opportunity. You cannot close your eyes with the threat. You need to see the threat, actually. Then only you will be responding to it. Then only you'll be preparing for it, and then only you'll be transforming. So as I told you, all threats leads to the opportunity. Then you need to avail the opportunity. So it's not either or. If the company who succeeded, they looked on any disruption, not only the COVID-19, they always looked it as a threat and opportunity. So what I need, learning should be the lifelong learning is required. Being L&D professional, that's why in the end I would like to say it out: learn, adapt, and evolve. Okay, reinvent, redesign, and rewrite your business strategy. Okay, then train, reskill, upskill your team members, internal team. I will be, rather I'll be saying multi-scaling, because one competency and one talent will not work in present scenario. You need to go for the multi-scaling of the your team members. And being business owner, you need to have the leadership skill, actually, to drive the innovations. You need to learn yourself the disruptive management. So these are the, as I identified, in terms of skill, if I'll be talking about, then the cognitive flexibility is required, digital mindset is required, innovation, creativity is required. So these are the, for winning to succeed in the business, you need to have the partnerships or the collaborations, because that will allow you to access the new market and the new market and the new customers and the big data. So that's it from my side, actually. I think enough gyan I have given for this, so I don't want to bore you all people. So that on my submission is from here. So all, now I'm going, giving the mic to Dr. VK Arora. Okay,
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot, Simaji.
thank you to all of you. If you want to ask any question.
Yeah, thanks, ma'am, for taking
Yeah.
time and
Yes,
accepting
please.
our invitation. Seema ma'am is a popular personality in the field of HR and leadership, and she is also associated with ISTD with us with me. What is ISTD? That is Indian Society of Training and Development, and together we are now planning to have number of training sessions also in entrepreneurship and startup ecosystem. So it is our privilege, ma'am, that now we are having you also, and the knowledge which you have shared with us, that is really remarkable. Means all of the domains and subdomains you have covered. You rightly said, ma'am, that COVID is really which has disrupted us also, our lives also. We always take what kind of VUCA environment we are having, but this COVID was above a surprise, above a VUCA environment to us. So thank you, ma'am. And any question from the participants? If not, ma'am, then to ma'am, thanks a lot. You have visited our incubation center 2-3 weeks before, and later on also we want your involvement with our incubatees also. And very soon now we are going to launch a program in Delhi for to skill women, especially of those women who have
Oh,
left their
wow.
career in break. And we are
Okay.
continuously in support in collaboration with Delhi government, and the
Okay.
support we are seeking from Delhi government, and very soon we are expecting it. And as soon we
Okay.
get it, the whole this scheme is going to be launched in Delhi state. So this would be a part where I will be looking help from each of the participants. Apart from that, tomorrow in the tomorrow's mentorship session, we are going to have three more incubatees with us, and three incubatees. Dr. Rashmi, Manasi, and Jyoti have already been interacted with all of you in the mentorship session series 13, and tomorrow in mentorship session series 18. Now we are going to interact with three more incubatees of our incubation center. And Chestai will be there, Deepti will be there, and Kanchan will be there. All of them are having and doing a wonderful job in their startup companies. Please come over there and listen to them. They are young girls doing and running their company by their own, and that will be great excitement from you, all of you. Apart from that, if some of the participants are studying or in the program of undergraduation or post graduation, we are having another program which we are just going to launch. It has been just launched today only. It would be of 40 hours and run for more than 1 hour time. It is on the drone technology. So if you want, you can contact Rahul sir and you can also join. This is only for the students of undergraduation and post graduation level. And ma'am, thanks a lot, ma'am, for joining the session.
Thank you so much, and namaskar to all of you. Thank you so much to the Dr. Aurora, to yourself for giving me this opportunity to be. It's my pleasure to be on the platform of the IZDW. Thank you so much to all
Thank
for
you.
listening me patiently, for bearing me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
To the participants, I have posted the feedback link and you can all fill the form. Yes, I shared 2-3 times. I think you must have got the link.
Sir,
And जी sir.
sir, you have sent the feedback form in which link?
Yes,
Group
sir.
or?
In the chat box, you can see
Okay, sir.
in the chat box of Zoom link is there.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Hello, sir. Ishita this side. Yeah, drone is a, you can say, a device, not even a device, you could say.
हाँ हाँ जी.
Sir, I didn't took any screenshot. What I can do? Sir, hello, sir.
Will it be possible for you to take a screenshot right now?
Okay, yeah, possible, sir.
Yeah,
I
please
can
take.
take. Okay, sir.
To the participants, I will be ending this meeting now. Thank you very much for attending.
So just a minute, sir. I'm just sending, sir.
Yes, so you just can upload and it will definitely come to your email. It is an automated process. Need not to worry.
Okay, sir.